Before this video starts off, this video is sponsored by Mr. Fogg. Mr. Fogg was kind enough to send me a bunch of their products, and I got some amazing products in this case. Be aware, you must be 18 at least to be able to purchase this depending on what country you're from. And if not, you must be 21. They sent me a bunch of disposable ones. We got apple blueberry ice and we got dream cocoa mint. Ooh! Banana raspberry passion fruit. We got magic cotton grape ice. Kiwi passion fruit guava ice. Bubblegum watermelon ice. So if you want to get yourself some nice vapes, disposable vapes, permanent vapes, they're all EU qualified, which means that they're not drop shipped. They are certified, they've been checked, they've been used to make sure that they're certified. In order for vapes to be sold in the EU or in most countries, they have to be certified, making sure that they are safe enough, because in some cases vapes actually do intend to explode. The World Cup has started, and surprisingly enough, I haven't watched a single match, and I'm going to be very honest and upfront. I will probably not watch one single individual match because, well, this is a very controversial topic, the whole World Cup thing. So let's go back to 2020, where it all actually started. Man, the World Cup was going to start in 2020 in Russia. Ironically enough, as you know, no, Russia ain't welcome no more because, well, you know what's going on. That's been going on for like a year nearly. Incredible, man. Like, ridiculous. But anyways, World Cup was going to be in 2020. Whole pandemic came and it was very unsure what was going to happen with football. Everything was flat down, basically. Nothing was open. You couldn't do anything. So, 2 years later, 2.5 years actually later, 2023 World Cup Qatar. Oh boy. I want to share my opinion about this World Cup, and I'm actually very disappointed in this World Cup. It's got its reasons. Number one, I'm not hyped for this one. I don't know what it is, but the last good World Cup for me, that was 2014. 2018 was meh. France, Croatia was a meh. Everybody knew was going to win. 2010 was insane. Spain against the Netherlands. Yeah, we lost. Oh man, one of our best. We had Van Marwijk back then, and we sacked him after that, and that's when it went downhill with the Netherlands. But maybe we'll do better this year. But even if we do, I don't give a shit because I'm not going to watch simply because it just doesn't interest me this year. Another thing is, immigrants have died on building the stadium. And this is a topic that I want to speak about in this video. I am utterly disappointed, and it's honestly disgusting that UEFA is trying to push this on the side. We know UEFA is very corrupt. We know the scandals they've been through years. Avoiding tax, this and that. They suck. The people that suck. They're greedy, they're money hungry, and it unfortunately in this case shows heavily that they don't care about people. We've all been saying it for so long. UEFA against racism. They don't care. Why would they care? Nobody cares about racism and discrimination. As long as their pockets aren't getting financially hit, they could not care less about any player or anyone going through racism or discrimination. They simply don't care. And it shows in this case. They aren't treating the people good that build the stadiums. Now, I do hope, when this video is made, that there will be some legal actions taken towards those who are responsible for these people's lives. Because it is unacceptable that 6,500 people passed away at building stadiums. And you must realize and understand, these are people that come from harsh backgrounds, meaning they grow up with nothing. They can hardly make it. They can hardly afford food. They have it very difficult, and these businesses come towards them and say, listen, we'll give you this if you do this for us. All these false promises that have been made, most of these promises have been basically just gone to the side. Am I saying we should boycott? Definitely, because it is unacceptable. Because I can guarantee you, would these have been American workers, Dutch workers, French workers? You bet your fucking ass. Everyone would be saying, hold on a minute, this is unacceptable. So why shouldn't we do the same for these people? And what I find so ironic and very odd is when Black Lives Matter movement was a thing 2.5 years ago, right? In football, still to this day, they kneel down for it. And me, just like most people, we don't like to bring politics into football. But there's no denying that this is a very, very bad thing, And what disappoints me is the amount of players that have not spoken up about this whole thing. But they are the same players and people that stand up for Black Lives Matter, against racism, discrimination. But they're the same players who are basically avoiding/ignoring what's happened and happening in Qatar. We are speaking about a country that we know isn't the best when it comes to human rights. We know, in general, they ain't really the nicest towards the ladies as well. And I get it, it's a different culture. And with some things, I definitely agree with. Some things, it's cultural, you gotta respect. And in this case, maybe it's because of the fact that we're so westernized that we think different, and that's highly likely what's clashing between two cultures. I'm sitting here and wondering, just like you, why are none of these players talking about this? Why are they avoiding it? Well, unfortunately, the simple answer is they don't have the power. Yes, sure, they may have a platform, have millions of followers, but they simply don't have the manpower in a way of there is someone above them who has all the power. There is somebody or someone or people, in this case, UEFA, they're the boss of all these football players you see on the world. You think Ronaldo is tough? Ronaldo is a puppet just like everyone else. All these players are puppets with strings attached, meaning they're controlled. Sure, they make all this money, sure, they have all these followers, but they're not as powerful as you think they are. Because if any of these players would say anything about this Qatar thing, they get kicked out the club. They'll get banned. They'll make sure their contract gets terminated. That's unfortunately how it works, and it is so disappointing. Bruno Fernandes spoke about it, I think, a week or two ago, about that he finds it sad that it happened. Then I'm also thinking like, dude, why are you playing then? Simple answer. Money. That's the only reason these players are playing. It is so disappointing to see this. This is happening in the world. In this modern time of age, we cannot let this shit slide through. Now, I know I hate bringing politics into football, but this is a serious topic, and people mustn't avoid this. Fuck Qatar, actually. Boycott them, yeah, I agree with it. But only boycott them on what happened to those people that work. The rest I could not care about. It's not relevant. And for those businesses who did make sure that they did all the rules, they ain't got nothing to do with it. But something is fishy. Something has been going on in Qatar. And the Qatar president saying, oh, they're targeting us. Yeah, because you're fucking greedy for money, you asshole. I don't know about you, but the World Cup, it doesn't interest me. The best World Cup was 2014, 2010. After that, it got so boring. Like, we know football is commercial. There's no going around that. You can't avoid commercial outside. But I find it very ironic and very hypocritical from all these businesses that are against racism and all this equal stuff. They go to a country like Qatar in this case and sponsor and basically are a part of the problem. Because if all these sponsors, like all of them, I mean, not just a couple, but Coca-Cola, you name it, McDonald's, if they would all pull out, you bet your ass, because they're the ones who are funding it, not UEFA. UEFA is the organization who organizes it all. The sponsors are the ones who fund them, and investors. That's how it really works in football. If they would all say, we pull out, you bet your ass Qatar would not be hosting it this year. But who knows? I'm disgusted by it. And that is one of the reasons why I shall not be watching the World Cup. And I'm not going to watch any match. I don't give a shit if it's the final. I'm not going to watch it simply. Because, A, this World Cup doesn't interest me. It's something about this World Cup. And it also, not mentioned, it destroys the whole football world, schedule-wise. Champions League gets mismatched. Premier League, we ain't got Premier League for a month. The whole football world stops because we're playing football in the middle of winter. The worst time period. Football, World Cup, has to be played in the summer. We all know that. Unfortunately, what happened 2 years ago. But it's what it is, I guess. I don't know what else to say. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. And yes, some of you may not like that I made this video. Yeah, well, tough luck. I don't care about your opinion. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to sit down and speak about it. Disgusting. I hope they get what they deserve, these people that are behind this. The casualties. We cannot ignore these people. The families of these people deserve closure as well. They deserve it. It is disgusting, and I hope they get it.